Hi everybody, I'm Marci-Anne and we're out on the beach this morning. Sea turtle season just started on May 1st and it will run until mid to late August. So we thought we'd take this opportunity today to talk about our favorite reptile, actually South Carolina's state reptile, the loggerhead sea turtle. There are about 6 different types of sea turtles that are living in our oceans. Primarily here in Hilton Head Island, we have the loggerhead sea turtle, which is actually the South Carolina state reptile. Yay, loggerhead sea turtles. Loggerhead sea turtles, they grow to being about 3 to 4 feet in length, which is a pretty mighty sea turtle, about 350 pounds, so you don't want to mess with these sea turtles. They're pretty big mamas that we get up here on the beaches. The maturity of a sea turtle can be anywhere from about 15 to 50. It's a long maturity rate for from those little tiny babies that make it to the water to the mature mamas that come up onto our beaches. Some interesting facts: the only time they come up on land are females. Males never come back up on the land again. Females do, and they only come up to nest. They'll come up and they'll nest about every 2 to 3 years, but then they will nest about 5 to 7 times within that year. And so they're laying a lot of eggs. So you figure each sea turtle is laying about 800 eggs in a season. So let's talk about when our sea turtles actually come out to make a nest. First thing is, if you see a sea turtle coming up on our beaches, please stay far away. I can understand we all want to kind of see this amazing process, but make sure that you're staying about at least 20 feet away from them, even further if you can. We certainly don't want to interrupt these mamas while they're laying their eggs. And when you see the emergence, you know, that's 350 pounds that they're pulling up onto these beaches, and it's kind of a slow process. It can take a couple of hours for the sea turtle mama to actually go through the whole process of laying her eggs. So she will emerge from the water and dig a body pit. And these body pits can be about 4 to 6 feet wide. And she'll kind of move around to find the right place. She's looking for a softer sand area to really dig down. The egg chambers kind of look like an upside down light bulb. They're deeper at the base and they're narrower at the top. And they're about 21 inches deep, which is always surprising. Every time we have to probe a nest, I'm always shocked at how deep she can get, and these nice, beautiful, smooth walls. So what we see is this big turtle laying on the sand, and first we'll see some sand flying way up in the air as she's kind of digging her nest area out. And then she will go into a trance. And she'll sit there in that trance for about 20 minutes to almost an hour, depending on how many eggs she's going to be laying in this chamber. You'll see them laying, they look like little ping pong balls. They're laying in the bottom of this little chamber out here on the beach. When she's done, she'll pack the sand up on top, and all you're going to see is this divot of just kind of thrown sand and this great big body pit. So if you're not really looking where you're walking on the beach, you may just happen to step across one. They're not going to collapse, so you don't have to worry about that too much. But just if you see a body pit out there, just stay far away from it and don't impede on it until we can get our volunteers out here to mark off the area and make sure that is safe. When you come onto Hilton Head Island, one of the things you'll see is all of our signs that say lights out. The reason why we have the lights out is because during the early part of the season, the mother sea turtles, they get scared off by lights. They kind of eyeball along the beaches here and look for a good spot to nest. And if they see light there, that will keep them from coming up and nesting. And we don't want that to happen. A lot of people like to do night walks on the beaches, which is great. But make sure that you always use a red light or a red filter flashlight if you're going to use that, or even better, just use the moonlight. Your eyes will adjust and you'll be amazed at how much this beach will open up for you. Sea turtles can't process red light, so they won't see it. It's really important when our sea turtles hatch that we don't impede any of their process from the nest down to the water. That's when they start that imprinting so that they know where to come back to when they're adults in about 20 years. We noticed that there's a lot of trash on our beaches this morning. So make sure you just go by the rule that what you bring out with you, you take back at the end of your day. because it's really important for our sea turtles that they not come into contact with any obstructions when they're coming on the beach, and that includes making little shelters or art pieces out on the sand, sand castles, burying your little brother and leaving that open gaping wound in the sand. We want to make sure we take care of all of that stuff before we head back, because we sure don't want to have these mothers decide not to either nest or to get stuck in some of this stuff that comes out here, or ingesting any of these plastics we're seeing out here. That's really important. So let's all do our part and make sure that what comes out with us goes right back and we leave nothing but footprints behind.